It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we're going to be taking a look at a beer from Chadlington Brewery, and this is their Oxford Blue. The beer's coming in at 4.2% ABV in a 500ml bottle. Here's a look at the silver bottle cap. Without further ado, let's get this beer out into a glass and see what we get. A little bit of smoke on the bottle opening. Beer in the glass. A nice looking one finger white head that's dissipating quite quickly. Slow moving carbonation. We have a hazy golden amber coloured ale. Looks okay. Let's get the aroma on the beer. Whoa. It's got a lovely crisp malt but biscuity kind of aroma going on. Really lovely malts. Biscuity, bready, nutty. Lots of caramel aromas coming through. It smells pretty decent. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Well, that's really lovely. Oh, that's a really lovely beer. First of all, you get the carbonation pushing the beer on the inside of the mouth, releasing more of that flavour. I keep telling myself, let's finish the flavours first, yeah, so that carbonation pushes the beer on the inside of the mouth. You're left with a real nuttiness, a biscuitiness, a breadiness. It's really lovely and drinkable, refreshing. Little bit of sweetness to begin with, balances off with that nice bitter finish on the back end. I think this is one of Chadlington Brewery's, based in Oxfordshire, one of their best-selling beers, I think, if not their best-selling beer. And I think there's a reason for that. I'm going to go back to what I was about to say earlier on, and that is, I really don't do enough of this type of beer. This really good classic English ale in a bottle, or cask and keg. Not keg, but cask mainly. I don't do enough of it. I don't review enough of it. Every time I do, it's a real nice surprise. It's going back to where you once were, where things used to be, when the channel first started. Albeit we were picking up our beers from the supermarkets, there was still a good level of malty, bready, biscuity real ales available in the supermarket. There still are, but the head has been turned, or my head has certainly been turned towards a lot of the canned craft beers these days. Your IPAs, your sours, your double IPAs, your stouts, your porters, your session IPAs, and it's quite easy to. And this is my own fault. This is a fault of my own, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of you watching today, probably nodding your head in agreement. In that We should never forget beers like this, because in their own right, in terms of style, in terms of quality, in terms of flavour, they'll hold their own. A really good English best bitter, or if you want to call it a really good premium ale. They're so important, I think, to the backbone of the British brewing industry because they sell so much of it. When I worked in a pub as a pub landlord, drinking this beer now, reminds me of pint after pint of this style of beer that I used to pull and sell in this country pub. People used to travel miles to get to this country pub. They'd mainly turn up for the meals, but we had a good bunch of locals who used to turn up, and they used to drink pints of this type of beer, this malty, bready, biscuity beer, and they'd be happy as Larry, happy as Larry. I really, really like it. I really, really like it. It's a classic style that again, it's a nice break. It's a nice change from drinking so many of the canned craft beers, the newer style beers. It's a nice point of change for me to get something like this and really enjoy it. It's the beauty of beer. The beauty of beer in that there's so many beer styles out there. If you think wine, you can have a red wine, you can have a white wine. You might get some kind of barrel-aged versions of the wines, oak barrel-aged versions, but generally when it comes to beer, you can get lots of multitude of colours, flavours, aromas. You can chuck anything from vanilla to chocolate to wonderful kind of New World hops in the beer. And there's such a great variety. Variety of beer is just tremendous. It really is. Right. Chadlington Brewery, Oxford Blue. Known as the Oxford Beer, Chadlington Brewery is passionate about the art of brewing beer. We take our inspiration from the glorious Oxfordshire countryside to create great tasting beers that everyone can enjoy. Brewed using the only natural ingredients, including the finest English hops and malt, Oxford Blue is golden in colour, superbly balanced, and has a refreshingly clean and citrus finish. Please enjoy responsibly, of course. Well, that's up to you. You can drink 6 pints of this if you want. I'm not going to stop you. I really like that. I really like that. It just shows, doesn't it, there's still a massive place for beers like this. A massive market for beers like this. Everybody wants to talk about canned craft beer these days, but please take a moment to maybe buy something from your local brewery in a bottle, a real ale in a bottle, a biscuity bitter, and just remember where your beer journey began, which was probably something like this. Let's rate it. I really like it. A biscuity, malty, bready beer with lots of flavour. I like it enough to give it an 8 out of 10. It's an 8 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers.